This is Solojiki Presents Speaking Lacacity as we look towards UFC 292 pay-per-view event held in TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts.
The fight's on at UFC 292 this weekend as we look into the pay-per-view and specifically target the two title bouts being showcased at the event. Firstly, we'll be discussing the co-main event, Zhang Weili, as she puts her belt on the line against the number 5 ranked in the strawweight division, Amanda Lemos. So let's quickly compare the last 3 fights with both of them. As we stand at the moment, Lemos and Weili are both matching each other, literally like for like. I'm not going to lie, it's exact. So they both have a loss in their name in the last 3 fights, but comparing that with 2 back-to-back wins against their former opponents, which leads to a very intriguing fight. Both of them lost, however, now they both have won each other fights, so now we can go into the final bout. Firstly, I want to discuss the challenger, because let's be honest, I don't really know much too, so I've had to do some of my own research, I can't lie. But hey, what's what we're here for? Firstly, with this, the challenger will have a 2-inch reach advantage over the current defending champion, and is also commonly a southpaw fighter. This also comes in effect in the future with the 2 fighters meeting, with Weili being an orthodox fighter most of the time. And just let you know, the last victory was in the punch game, and this is where I think the fight will be mostly done, will be in the punching department. So don't count out Lemos, because in her last fight it was a TKO in the 3rd round in under 54 seconds of that round. So keep that in mind, as Lemos is currently growing up, building over her backlog of fighters, climbing up the rankings. She's currently ranked number 5 for a reason, so don't count her out. And I'm definitely not counting her out. However, we'll get into the actual predictions later in the discussion. And when we're discussing this, you're going to think though, Lemos has had a lot of building her rankings, but not had the opportunity to go into the 4th and 5th round because she's never fought there yet. This would be her first time in the fight round game. Will it actually go to that? Who knows? We'll have to wait to find out this weekend. But that is going to be the main key, in my opinion. Can she keep going? Can she get to the 4th round? If it ever happens, can she get to the 4th and 5th round and keep going, keep showing that power? Because if not, Weili has got the experience and has fought for the championship before. She's currently the champion. She's held this belt multiple times. She's in this division for a reason. She is the champion. She's the defending champion. And we need to see if Lemos can kind of grow into the fight and say, hey, I'm here too, fans. This is my division now. I'm going to run this show. Unlike this champion, Weili, she needs to, I hope it's not going to be a happy days. No, you're going into the fight for a reason, right? You're in the fight because you have to have some viciousness in you. You don't go, oh, I'm going to have a fight. No, you need to be on the ball. Weili is a very dangerous fighter. And if she lands, she's going to land hard, and she's going to land, and you are going down. I'm calling it now. You are going down if this woman lands. So let's kind of discuss and try and get into this fight on a stats level, because I like to use stats. I know a lot of people may not like stats in random discussions. Hey, I'm Logiki for a reason. Logiki literally means logical in Greek or Turkish. I can't remember which language I picked, but it doesn't make a difference. Logical, logistics. This is what I want to kind of get in, grow into the podcast world in my style with getting into it. So, firstly, I'm going to talk about the significant strike department. Weili has a 5.79 striking accuracy. 5.79 strikes landed per minute compared to Lemos, who only has a 4.51. So every minute Weili is landing 57.9 strikes per minute. Keep this in mind, compared to 4.51 specifically to Lemos. But even though the striking game is high Weili, it does not compare to the accuracy of the strikes. It may be good that you can fire some out strikes landed, but at the same time you need to be accurate and land hard, and this is where the gap really is. There is a 10% increase in the accuracy of Weili losing. So there's a 10% increase for Lemos right now over Weili. And that's for the challenger. So a 10% increase in her significant fights. So every time she has a shot, there's a 10% chance she's going to land, and she's going to land hard and knock down the opponent. And on top of the striking department, Weili needs to keep this off the ground. I know Weili likes to box as well as kicks. She can go to the ground. She does want to do this. Absolutely does not want to take this woman on the ground. Because if not, we then fall into the realms of the Lemos's era. And that is because it's actually really difficult to get Lemos down. Lemos on the ground has an 81% takedown defense. That is insane. There's an 81% chance that this woman will stop you from taking her body to the mat. She will block it. 81% chance. Are you insane? This could just take Weili's game, completely spin on the head, and go for the strike one. That's where I think this fight's going to be. Personally, I'm a grappler. I'm a grappling fan. I really like the grapples. I like the submission. I like that kind of stuff. I love a good KO. Everyone loves a knockout. But for me, I love the tap outs. I love the pass outs more. When you can just suffocate your opponent and make them not even submit to you. Just go, boom, you're out. Night night, go to bed, have fun. And the referee has to come into play. They are just really satisfying to me. And I can't wait to see if Weili can do that, because that takedown defense accuracy is mental. And just to let you know, Weili's grappling average is a 1.97 takedown attempt every 15 minutes, which is a 34% chance for those takedowns are successful. That 34 to 81. That really favours the challenger, doesn't it? Let's be honest. So just to kind of discuss it a bit more regarding this kind of era of the strawweight division, we need to kind of steady the ship. This division is bonkers. It's 1 minute this person's on top, the next person this one's on top. This person wants a title fight, then loses because of it. Then you think, oh, this person's gonna be really, really good. Nope, lost by, off you go, have fun. And it's really competitive. It's really competitive division. It's not the most competitive. We all know that's the light heavyweight division. The lightweight division. We all know that's the best division by a country mile with the UFC. But this is a very little, tiny whiny little underdog. The championship fight itself is going to be close and competitive, but we need to kind of step back a bit and kind of, here you go, this is going to be the person to push us to the future for this division alone. I can't think of anyone who can do this but Zhang. Zhang Weili is probably the best, or one of the best strawweights in my opinion at the moment. And that could be bold. You can hate that if you want, but personally it's got to be up there, right? She's one of the best fighters I've seen. I am still a baby when it comes to the UFC. I've only been watching it, 5 years? Maybe less than that now. It could be, it must be less than 5 years, properly. I've obviously seen the big pay-per-views, the Conor McGregors, all that. but like full on studying it the way I want to try and get into it properly, sort of like the Brian from True Geordie. Again, I'm going to mention my mate. My mate loves fighting. Talked about it in the last podcast. Go check that out, where I discuss about AJ versus Wilder potential fight. I think that could potentially go. So check that out in the description or in the podcast playlist once you're finished. So let's go kind of back into the championship, the division, the strawweight division. Either way, this fight's going to be really close. I think it's going to be a close and competitive fight with both competitors. But my prediction, personally for me, we will see and still champion Zhang Weili. The division, as I discussed, needs some sturdiness. It needs kind of the balancing out. It's been spinning and spinning and spinning. We need someone just to go, no, I'm going to catch this now and I'm just going to lock this place down and just build. I want some, like, again, like Lemos. I apologise if again pronouncing this wrong. Lemos is how I'm going to try and pronounce it. If I do, come rinse me in the comment section down below if you so desire. Weili needs to kind of grab this by the horns and go, no, this is my division, I'm locking this down, this is mine, you want some, come get some kind of style. If you get that reference, you get it well. So for me, Weili wins, and let's say Weili wins, then we look to try and find the next person. And for me, I am praying and hoping we could get, for the championship, again, a former champion in her own right, Rose Namajunas, in the distant future. She's currently, as things stand, ranked number 2 in the division. I think maybe next year, if Rose kind of keeps winning, we could get Rose, Wing, and Zhang again, and that would be amazing. Them two, in my opinion, are 1 and 2. I don't care what everyone thinks. I don't care about the rankings. 1 and 2, that could be just biased because I've just really like Zhang, and I really like Rose as people. So maybe that could be a factor in it. Let me know how you think the division is over in the comments. But there you go. Like, that's kind of my sort of prediction, how I think the fight's going to do, the stats to back me up on it. And I want to start going into now the headliner, the one what we're looking for, the one which is named for this reason. It's time for Suga Sean to step up, and it's time for Suga Sean to be in one of the most toughest fights he's going to be in, and the first time he's going for the gold. Suga Sean O'Malley must fight against the defending champion, the Funk Master himself, ALJO, Aljamain Sterling, who has won his last 5 matches in a row. 5 matches this man has won in a row, out of 5, compared to Suga Sean, who's won 4 out of 5. However, one of those was a no contest. So they're kind of even on, like, let's be honest, they're very even. Both win. It's 4 out of 5. It's 5 out of 5 with the other person. One was a DQ, another one no contest. So let's just knock it both down to 4 out of 5 for each, right? Who knows how you want to decide, but overall, 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. That's how the record books see it. That's the way I'm checking these records is by UFCstats.com. Just to let you know, if you are intrigued about any of the stats, go have a look and have a good old Google if you so desire. And breathe, everyone. Let's just breathe, pull it back, because we need to talk about Suga Sean. Suga Sean is the future of UFC. He needs to step this up. He needs to go right. Okay, Dana, you're putting me in this title match. Okay, I'm still an upcomer, I know, but it's my time. I'm going to grab this gold brass ring and grab it with the palm of my hand and go, this is my division, everyone. Come step to me. Is what we are hoping of fans of Suga Sean. Aljamain Sterling, on the other hand, needs to go, okay, I need to try and prove myself. The reason I'm thinking of why they need to prove himself is because it's something about ALJO. A lot of people are starting to turn on this guy, and I think it's because of the cockiness after the Peter Yan fight, the first one where he won by DQ. And then he came back and he acted really smug. I liked it, I liked the attitude, but I thought, I kind of wanted a Peter Yan to win, for Yan to win that fight. But, you know, we can't change the past, can we, people? And I want to quickly just discuss briefly the non-contest. The non-contest was against Munozo, pronunciation, but absolutely butchered. But we'll go with what we're going with, right? Okay. These guys, the comparison between both fighters, the champion and the challenger, they both like the stand-up game. But we can see from the records that Sterling starts to go into the distance, get some splits, submission here and there, KO, and obviously the DQ. Both people roughly 135 pounds. Work that out in kg if you so desire. I'm just basing it all off the records from here. And the stand-up game will be a comparison to see how each one does, see if they switch it up. See if Suga Sean will step. I think if Suga Sean keeps it level heads, both feet on the ground, we could see a new champion. But that's not who I went with for the win and how it's going to be done. So obviously, let's quickly indulge into the record books, shall we? So each competitor is vastly different in experience. 23-3 for the champion, 16-1 for the challenger, with the non-contest as discussed before. With Sean, we'll need to keep this on the feet. The stand-up performances have a total of 7.3 strikes landed per minute, which is exceptional. On top of that, 60% of them 7.43 strikes each minute are landing. 60% compared to a very low 4.78 for Aljamain Sterling. So, with that, could we look into that a little bit? Could we say that Sean goes, yeah, the stand-up game's mine. Come and try and take me down, because if not, I'm knocking you a clean out, or at least getting a split decision here. But when you look at the 4.78, it sounds really bad. But there's a difference here of 8% in the accuracy section. So what would you rather have? Personally, 7.4 strikes per landed and a 60% is very good. That is top marks. If this was a classroom, that's like an B, C, that's like a B and A kind of sector compared to a 4.78 strikes landed per minute with a 52%. Very good again, with less strikes landed. So, depends on how you want to flip the coin in that kind of scenario. More strikes and better accuracy, or lower strikes, very good accuracy. But with a vast amount of the punches, we're looking at the stats there. Like, personally, for me, 67.3 sounds a lot better. But it could change the game. It could really change the game. Because when looking into Sean a little bit deeper here, with the three of his last 5, this is what could kind of keep the game on the ground for Aljamain, for ALJO here. And that's the 3 KOs / TKOs in the last 5 fights he's had. So, and with those last KOs, they're all coming in the late 3-rounder. They obviously he's not hitting the 5s. He's not hitting 4 or 5 rounds yet. They're coming because of the KOs are coming in the 3rd round, which is good. That builds the confidence. That shows that he can potentially look to keep his power. We'll have to see if he can keep his power in the 3rd onwards, because we never seen him in round 4, round 5 just yet. Will be interesting to see if he can keep it up, keep his stamina up, and keep that power incoming when he lands those punches in the stand up. But on the other hand, this is where Aljamain Sterling needs to showcase what he can do. He has a more range. I would say he's quite good at a mixture of things. He's got power, he's got the technical ability. He likes to go to the ground. He's very effective on the ground as well, and that will be the key in this for me. ALJO, he needs to keep it on the ground and control it. That's the key. Control the ground game, because if he can find those pockets of space where he can go, oh, I'm going to grab here. Oh, that's a clean area. I'm going to try and punch this guy out, knock him out that way. Oh, you're on mount position. I'm going to just go, sure, you can have that, and I'm just going to keep punching you in the face or punching in the jaw. And then he blocks up and he goes, screw it, your ankle's free. I'm going to just pull back in the ankle and try and twist the ankle. You could see that. Aljamain Sterling overall has that range. He can find different areas to win. If we're looking back before the DQ over Jan, he's won a match against Corey Sanderhagen on a submission using a rear naked choke. Like, he can tap people out, or he can choke them out if he really likes to. He can make them pass out, and that is a very key area for Aljamain, because even if he can keep it going and he can last as long as he can, because he has the stamina. We all know he has the stamina to do it. He's been in the 3 rounds, he's been in the 4 rounds, he's been in the 5 rounds. He's won split decisions in the past on the 5th rounder, and he's got the power. This is backed up when he KO'd Dillashaw. But the decisions he's got. So let's just list this, right? Submission, decision, KO. He finds ways to win. You may not like how he wins if you don't like the guy, but he has ways to win. And when he wins, he's very cocky and arrogant. But this is kind of where Sterling needs to take a deep breath, because he won't be the crowd favourite. A lot of people will back Sugar Sean. Will I don't really mind. I don't mind Aljamain. I don't like how he was cocky against Jan, but he backed it up in the next fight against him. In the rematch, he went, no, this is my division. You messed up. You made me champion by just DQing yourself. And then I'm going to keep your belt, and I'm going to rock with this belt. And that's what he's done. You can't discredit the guy for winning fights. That's his role. That's his job. He's there to win, and he's there to keep the gold. Wow, Sterling needs to just keep winning, build more confidence, build more rapport with the fans. I think everyone likes to see a KO, but I think with UFC, it's more different. It's not like boxing fans. Boxing fans just want KOs, and that's it. I think MMA fans, mixed martial art fans, don't mind the submission. You can hear the crowd when they realise there's a submission incoming. They start to really build it up, and when it's locked in, then the crowd kind of go up. But everyone really likes a KO. We all do. If you don't like a KO, fair, then you're probably you're probably one of the people who, like me, who likes technical stuff. But overall, I like a KO. I don't mind a submission. I really like the ground game. I like that kind of area on the mat. I think that's what really got me into UFC in the first place, is the ground submission game. I'm just used to people getting punched and kicked, punched in the face, boxing, and I think it's mainly because I'm a wrestling fan as well. I really like that kind of stuff, so maybe that could be some sort of factor why I like it. But overall, for me, the ground game is something special, and therefore I kind of want to see that more from Sterling, and I know he can do it. I know he can control. I really hope it's not a decision. If it's going to be a split decision, I hope it's going to be fun, like going all the way, and it's really competitive. I think it will be. I think it's going to be a very competitive scrap. I do think, though, Sterling is winning. You never know. You never know with this. We'll have to see in the fight this weekend for sure. The crowd favourite, though, of course, Suga Sean. But the way I predict, Aljamain Sterling wins late. He's in the 4th round, for example, and he manages to submit Suga Sean. I don't know if he'll pass him out. I don't know if he'll tap him out. But I predict Suga Sean will lose that fight by submission, and that increases another little gear in the machine of Aljamain Sterling. ALJO can just put on a show and hopefully cruise. I don't want to say cruise his way to victory. That's really not what I want at all. I want a competitive fight, and I want to see Aljamain show off something more what other people may not want to see, which is the ground game against Suga Sean. That'd be quite fun and be very contrastive style. A very good KO knockout artist in Suga Sean O'Malley, and a potential mini up and coming super genius in the submission games. Who knows? Genius might be a harsh word. It's too nice of a word against Aljamain Sterling. It's too early to tell, but that's what I think. Another thing, the arsenal, the repertoire of Aljamain Sterling, as he puts him properly on the map at the bantamweight division. And maybe, just maybe, we get Jan Sterling free at the end of the year. I don't know. What do you think? Would you like to see that? I personally would love to see Jan Sterling free by the end of the year. Dana White, please make that happen either way. Because that would be really, really fun. Because they both won 1 DQ, and then we need a third. We need a consistent, concise kind of one, please, if you don't mind. So that's my prediction for both fights. Both fighters are gonna retain their belts, and then hopefully, I am dreaming here, we get a trilogy and a rematch for the defending champions. So what do you guys all want to talk about? That's how I predict it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I will talk to you all in the future. Thanks now.